To use the Health and Safety Smart Planner, you will need to gather information from different sources. For example, you will need to gather detailed information about incidents at your workplace. This might include information like insurance claim costs and employee wages. When you are planning an intervention to address workplace incidents, you will need to gather information on intervention costs like equipment purchases and training time. Ideally, you would gather all the information needed before you begin to enter it into the software. The more detailed information you are able to gather, the more accurate the results. To familiarize yourself with the specific information needed, you can click through each step of the Do Your Own Analysis options that you plan to use, as well as the steps of the incident cost calculator. To create a handy checklist to use as you gather information, consider printing the steps from each of the sections. Information you may need is also listed in the Understanding section of the software. Once you get started, if you do not have all of the information required for each step, you can skip over data entry cells, save the file, and return to them later. If a data entry cell is not relevant for a particular incident or analysis, you can leave it as 0. Note that leaving out important information will jeopardize the accuracy of your incident or analysis results. The Incident Cost Calculator will show you how long it will take to recover the cost of an incident at your workplace. To determine this, you will need your organization's profit margin, your organization's average daily revenue or your daily departmental budget if you are a not-for-profit organization, and the number of hours a full-time worker works in a calendar year. Individual incident information can be recorded in the Incident Cost Calculator. Alternatively, in each of the Do Your Own Analysis sections, aggregate incident information can be entered in the Summary Incident data form. You will need incident information for a period of time before you use any of the Do Your Own Analysis options. The next chapter provides guidelines on how long this period of time should be. For each of the Do Your Own Analysis options, you will need information on all the workers involved in the intervention. Specifically, you will need information on the number of workers in each occupational group, if there is more than one, the total regular and overtime hours worked per week for each group, excluding vacation, statutory holidays, and any other absences. If there are productivity implications from the intervention, you will also need the regular and overtime wage rate per hour for all occupational groups, and the benefit expenses such as CPP and EI paid per hour for all groups. You will also need information on the costs of the intervention. These might include equipment purchase, installation and maintenance costs, costs of materials, the disposal cost of old equipment, intervention training costs, the cost of staff time used in planning and disseminating the intervention, and external consulting and other external costs. Keep in mind that you should only record the extra costs of an intervention. For example, if you need to replace office equipment and you're considering more ergonomically advanced equipment, consider only the extra cost of the better equipment rather than the total cost. Remember, you were planning to replace the equipment anyway. For the potential intervention analysis, you will also need an external source of information to estimate the expected impact of the health and safety intervention at your organization. This is because you are not implementing it at this time. You might get this information from a health and safety consultant or an article describing expected impacts of the intervention.